Right, let's address the elephant in the room. I accidentally
Oh yeah.
shaved my beard off,
How
and
do you accidentally shave your beard
all
off?
right, there's a very valid story for this. So I was in a rush this morning. I was like, I need to shave. So I got my electric shaver out, and I thought I had the head on it for number three. Went
Mm,
into the bathroom, literally did one like that, and then a lot of hair came off, and I went, "That's too much hair." And then I looked,
yeah.
and I just got like a strip there, and I put no head on it. I'd literally just woken up and done it, and then I was like, "Fuck." So then I put the number one on it, so it wasn't too short, and just did the rest. And now I haven't been clean shaven in 5, 6 years. Maybe in COVID when I
Yeah.
did Movember, or I just grew a mustache for a laugh. But hand wet herself. George looked at me a bit weird. Oh, fucking yeah. And I've
Have
got
you seen those videos? You've seen the videos online of like babies seeing their dads for the first time without a beard. I mean, usually they have like crazy beards, but
yeah. Luckily, it wasn't too big of a beard that
yeah,
it's like really noticeable. But I've got football today. I've got my parents coming down Saturday. We've got a birthday party for George on Sunday. So there's about 20 people coming to ours. And then next week, I've got a wedding of which I'm best man, and I've got to do a speech on. I think it's a Saturday, so I'm hoping by Saturday I have some growth back.
yeah.
But
I mean, you don't look too bad without a beard. That's the thing. Like, if I shave mine off, I got this double chin, so my face just sort of molds into my neck.
I've got that Statham
That's what
jawline.
I can't. We're not gonna bring up the Statham again. We're not giving that 2 episodes. Sorry, mate.
Right, I've got a question for you. Okay,
Yeah,
what is the best thing to come out of a tin?
the best thing to come out of a tin.
Yeah, what is the best thing in a tin?
What is the best thing in a tin? I mean, do cans count as a tin?
No,
Cans don't count as a
no,
tin.
because they're like each on canned drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's tin is
Okay. So we're
tin
talking tin.
food.
It has to have a pull top or
Yeah.
a can opener. Best thing to come out of a tin. Um, I feel like it needs to be a soup, beans, or I love canned sweet corn. I like pour that into like a little bowl with some salt and stuff on top and just eat it straight.
Just raw
Um,
sweet corn, like raw
yeah,
raw tinned sweet corn.
yeah. Why is that weird?
That's pretty weird. That's like that's
You,
that's
you, are
uni
you,
behaviour.
so you would cook your sweet corn like without fail. You wouldn't just yam off some sweet corn.
I mean, if it's in like a salad or something, you don't warm it up. But like just
Yeah,
eating just like raw
yeah,
dogged sweet corn.
yeah, yeah. No, I know. I'll put some salt and some pepper, maybe a little bit of chili on there or something. But yeah, yeah. But then beans. Beans is we're
Oh,
English. I
bean.
feel
Do
like it has to be beans.
you remember beans and sausages in a tin? The mini
Yeah,
mini pork sausages.
yeah,
They were good.
yeah.
Or see for me, like
The
custard in a
spaghetti
tin.
hoops.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
like custard
I
in a
feel like
tin
that's like the
takes
worst type of custard.
no, it tastes miles better than the shit in cardboard.
Um, yeah. No, I think I'd have to just go beans because if beans got overlooked, that's just terrible behaviour.
I think spaghetti hoops are better than beans though.
Oh, I feel like you're just trying to rage bait me there.
No, no, they are. They're
That's
more
that's
flavoursome.
that's that's
Like
not even acceptable.
spaghetti hoops, you can get from anywhere and they taste good. Beans, you have to get Heinz, and you can't go cheap on beans to get the good flavour.
Well, yeah,
But
of
like
course.
spaghetti hoops are consistent no matter the
Uh,
price.
not accepting that in any way possible.
Or
I feel like you're just fishing for the clip here.
no, no,
I
they
I feel like you're not being serious. There is no way that anyone could ever think that spaghetti hoops are better than beans.
they are. Like
That's not
period.
possible.
Um,
No.
and then the only thing that's better than that is when they do the pasta shapes. So like as a kid, you had like Thomas the Tank Engine or Postman Pat. Like
Yeah.
there was so much sugar pumped into those that they tasted incredible.
Yeah, there's nostalgia to it, but beans are beans.
Yeah, but
Heinz beans.
spaghetti
I think
hoops.
it's the technique I picked up from it from a friend was now I can't have them. I have to put butter in them, like a good bit of butter, and then a load of black pepper, and then yeah, oh, so good.
In your beans.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
I had a
see, with spaghetti hoops, you don't have to do that. You don't have to add flavour to it. Spaghetti hoops is just full of
yeah,
flavour
no, don't have to do it because I would just never eat them. Like I have no reason to ever eat spaghetti hoops.
because you obviously don't have an advanced palate like some of us.
That's an advanced palate. I'll
Yeah,
tell you what I did today. I actually had beans this morning on some sourdough. Um,
spaghetti hoops would have made that 10 times better.
no, no, I wouldn't. Um, but I had some tin tomatoes last night, which I had fried off some chorizo and then added that in with some salt, pepper, and some herbs. And that's what I had on some like macaroni last night. And this morning, I took the leftover of that sauce with the chorizo and added it into the beans and had that on toast.
Again, you've got
That
to
was
add
good.
stuff to beans. Like that sounds like Mexican beans. That sounds
No,
good.
I'm
But
just leveling it. I'm just leveling it up. I
from
can have beans
zero,
exactly how they are,
no, you're leveling it up from
exactly how they
zero.
are, plain.
But why aren't you
No,
then? You can't because you're in butter and pepper in them.
no, I'm just playing with it.
No, you don't see me
I
out
think
here.
if I had butter and pepper, it's the versatility of them. If I added butter and pepper to spaghetti hoops,
You don't need to. That's the
it's
thing.
what if I want to?
Oh,
I
you
can
get
do
you.
anything I like. I can do anything I like with beans.
Yeah,
Like you just said, I can add it into a Mexican meal. I
and
can add
again, making it
Heinz
better, you
beans
could
into that.
spaghetti hoops are just standalone goated.
I'm not going for it. I feel like as soon as we end this podcast, you're going to be like, oh, by the way, I was joking about the
I'm
beans.
not joking. Like,
Fucking, you're vile.
I'm deadly
Absolutely
serious.
vile.
It goes spaghetti hoops, beans and sausages, beans, and then
No,
the alphabet is spaghetti in the middle.
nope. I mean, the fact that you're even putting alphabetic spaghetti above beans is just mental.
Some of us are
No,
educated, and
no, you're vile, and I don't want to do this anymore.
the only other things that I think of out of the tin that are good is tomato soup. I mean, we're like all tomato based products,
Yeah,
or you had fry up in a tin. I've never had it, but I've seen it like in Aldi and stuff.
I definitely bought one of those when we first went to uni, and parents were taking me around for a shop, and I was thinking of all the things that I could buy to make student life easier. And one of the, or was it a Christmas thing? I feel like my parents might have picked it up. Anyway, either way, they got me a tin of fry up in a tin.
Did you ever eat it?
And I don't think I ever did.
It's,
I
prob-
think it might have even come to my second year house with me.
it's probably still edible now.
Probably.
That many preservatives in it, like baked beans, it's not.
Yeah. Not doing it. If you think there's more preservatives in baked beans than there is in spaghetti hoops, you're mental. The one thing I do like is Heinz did this thing called Big Soup. I think it was
Yeah.
called. Um,
And they were like
and
chunky soups in a tin.
and do you know what? One of them tasted like a Irish stew. I think it was the chicken one or the veg one or the beef one. Sorry, but they tasted like an Irish stew. No, I love those.
Yeah,
Those
they're
were
good.
great.
The only other
Um,
thing that's not food that comes out of a tin is that I can think of is Wimbledon tennis balls. You like crack open a tin of tennis balls and you get that like scent of new ball
that
smell.
smell,
Yeah,
that smell is incredible. Um, I can't think of anything else that's in tins.
rice pudding.
Apart, it's just food, right? Um, Rice pudding. Oh, I had one a second ago. I've forgotten what it was now. Um, what else you got in tins? It's just vegetables, fruit.
A bit of fruit
Oh,
cocktail in a syrup.
do you know what's good? The peaches,
Yeah.
tinned peaches.
Although normal peaches are better than tin peaches. What makes the tin peaches good is like the sugary syrup that they're covered
Syrup.
in.
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, that like slimy, like super ripened is just really good. I like a tinned peach, and honestly, yeah, I think I go for a tinned peach over a fresh one.
So how long's that peach been in there?
Years.
Like those baked beans, how long have they been in there? Spaghetti hoops is a quick turnaround because they just get sold out all the time. People are just buying spaghetti hoops all the
Ah,
time.
no, not happening. If you go into a supermarket now, I guarantee you there is like 3 shelves of spaghetti of beans,
Because they
and
can't
then
sell them. They can't
there's
sell
like
it. They can't shift it.
that's not how supermarkets stock their shops, mate. They stock it with the stuff that they can sell.
Do you not remember in COVID it was people are buying out toilet rolls and spaghetti hoops.
We're not
You
buying
could
spaghetti hoops.
you could not buy
This
them for
is
love nor money.
this is 100% for the clip now. Well done, congratulations, mate.
Right.
Um, spam,
Fucking hell, of course you can say spam. Do you have that with your beans?
spam and corned beef. No, do you know what? I wouldn't just eat that as it is.
Oh, you put butter and pepper in
It's
it?
yeah. Probably a little bit. No, adding them into fried rice. Spam into a fried
What is
rice.
spam?
Just processed meat. I don't even know if
Like
it has a name.
testicle or
Honestly, I think it's just every bit of an animal that they can't sell, and they just squeeze it all together. Tell you what, though, when you fry it off and put it in a fried rice, it's really good.
oh, I'm not having it.
Um, so enough talk of shitty spaghetti hoops. Um,
Somebody's rattled.
I think everyone's going to be with me on this one. So in the comments, I want to see the argument.
Beans versus
Because
hoops.
I do not believe I'm losing this one. Um, Marvel,
Marble.
Marvel. It's been a
Yeah.
big week.
Yes.
We've had 2 trailers. We've had the Avengers first trailer, and we've had the final trailer for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? I mean, I have been doing so much. Like, I watch every new Rockstars and Screen Crush breakdown of every bit of Marvel news that comes out. So I feel like I have a fair amount of knowledge, but you don't want to know too much about the films.
Yeah. So I watched the trailer and then after the trailer I was buzzing. I was like, oh, new Avengers film. But the more I rewatched it. So I watched it maybe like 7, 8 times. I
Yeah.
realised I think I'm a bit of a schmuck for Marvel. So like they could put anything out that is to do with this film and you're going to be like, this is going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And then I started to watch just randomly clips coming up on TikTok, and even this morning I
Yeah.
watched a video of basically what's happened between Endgame and Doomsday that you need to know because there's stuff that
Yeah.
I haven't seen, and it covered everything about how Marvel are trying to rebuild the universe and rebuild all these superheroes and deal with the fallout of it. And the more I went into it, I was like, oh, actually, like there's a like in traditional Marvel things, they say a lot, but they don't say anything really. And there's so
No.
many theories like flying around about.
Yeah. But it's good because, like, any time they release trailers or there's a new film coming out for anything, it could be Star Wars, it could be Marvel, it could be anything. The fans are always going to try and bleed the lore into it. Like, oh, in this book or this comic or whatever, this happened. So maybe this is where they're going with it. And most of the time, when it comes to other things, they're wrong because people are just saying what they'd like to see. But with Marvel, there's so many fans and nerds involved in the production of it that the chances are all those things could be possible.
Yeah, and nothing
There's
I've
so
heard
much.
is out of like the
No,
realm of possibility.
no, no. There's, yeah, I think I've seen all the theories about why Doom is doing what he's doing, what's going on, who could be involved with who could be missing from the trailers that's been edited out.
So before we go
Um,
into like theories, when you watched it, what did you like? What were the bits you liked about it? What came away going that was sick?
I mean, obviously that last scene was it hits. Um, I think seeing the incursions coming through the window, because I have watched and read some of the. I haven't finished it yet, but some of the Hickman Avengers comic books and the whole seeing the world up in the sky and people traveling between planets to fight or whatever is the premise. That seeing that now in a live action was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
So the final scene, are you talking about the Thor and Doctor Doom scene?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, is it real?
Well, this is the thing: is people are saying that there's too much excitement. Well, no, there's too much emphasis put on Thor's reaction for it to be Cap.
Mm.
Like Cap did disappear with that much mysticism. Like he went and stayed, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, he's back now.
Yeah. See, when I first saw
So
that scene with Cap taking the hammer, like you're like, oh, this is sick. But when you think about it, Endgame did such a good job of closing off that universe and going, here's your Avengers, and like three of them are gone. So Tony Stark's dead, Black Widow's dead, and then Cap is doing his thing. And then there's a theory that by him going back and staying there, he's the reason that the incursions
he's
happen.
created a new timeline,
Yeah.
a new branch, and he's been living on that branch.
Yeah. And so they've done that, and then they've spent like the period after Endgame building up. So the Black Widow film built up her sister as the person to take over, and then she's gone into Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi brings in another hero and like brings the 10 rings back and says, okay, there's a bit more importance to these rather than some Avengers artifact. And then you go into like the multiverse, and obviously they had all the issues with Kang, and they really built towards that, and then it came out the allegations, and they had to like pivot away.
Yeah.
I just think, I don't think is the Thor and Doctor Doom fight scene in his head. I saw one theory going, is Cap actually Captain Hydra? So he's done the trick with Mjolnir, how do you say it? But is he
during Multiverse of Madness, I saw this the other day. I'd missed it, but we actually saw the Captain Hydra universe at that point. So when they're traveling through the different multiverses, there is one where there's a Hydra like logo in the background, almost like Hydra of One. So that would be potentially a world where he has grown up with Hydra as his influence, so he's happily a Hydra agent.
Yeah. So then I reckon that is more likely that, because bringing Cap back will get like some cheers and some like feel good moments, but they've got to like drop that. Obviously, like Guardians, Peter Quill's back on Earth. Could he come back into the Avengers somehow, or is that completely closed? The Guardians are all sort of split off and doing their own thing. They haven't built up enough of a team for it to. This feels like Doomsday is like the first Avengers film was, this isn't like everyone's going, oh, this is the next film from Endgame. I think that this is going to
Right.
be Doomsday is going to be like Avengers 1 and it's going to build. And then obviously you've got Secret Wars, and I don't think we see Spider Man till Secret Wars.
No. So it's interesting that you said that because I was watching a video about it today. A lot of people saying, the video I watched, that it doesn't feel like the trailer doesn't feel like they're setting up a Endgame or Infinity War. It feels like they're setting up a OG Avengers film or the the second one,
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Like it doesn't feel like an end of thingy that they're setting up. So we're looking at it like this is Infinity War, and then Secret Wars is Endgame. But what there could also be is there's a theory that there could also be a secret film that's being done called Judgment Day, based on weaving back in the Eternals.
Okay.
How Arishem, the judge, right at the end, said, "I will be back to pass judgment." So there could be a secret. That this is their theory. I don't know if this really would happen, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot they need to do because the next stage is to do the mutant saga, and I don't think they've tied up enough ends to go ahead and do that. Just by battling Doctor Doom doesn't change everything.
Yeah.
You've still got the Eternals, and honestly, like I think. Well, do you know what? We'll do a tier list. I think we'll look at that in a bit. But that's one of my films that I really enjoyed and no one else did. I've watched it like 2 or 3 times because I'm a lore guy. I like the story and delving into the possibilities, and Eternals does so much for that.
Yeah.
Like the connections with Blade and what's his name, Jon Snow's character.
Yeah.
There's so much that can come from that. But anyway, they haven't tied up enough, I don't think, to go into the end of the multiverse saga. I think they've kind of just parked the multiverse saga, and then they're just going to parlay it into something new.
Yeah. Because I went back and watched other Avengers trailers, and I noticed like they love like a static shot in like a trailer. So they love just scenes of people just stood there. And in the Doomsday one, there's the shot of like you see the Fantastic Four and you see people, but there's a gap between the two sets of two from Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
As if someone is stood there. Now, is that Cap or is that yes, Thor's speech is overplaying at this point, but I don't think that speech is going to be told at that time. Is Doctor Doom there? And what's happened is Doctor Doom's come to this universe, and the reason we see like Shang-Chi and Gambit fighting is he's trying to convince the new Avengers or whoever it is, that group of people, Fantastic Four, all of them, to go to the mutant side and fight them. That's why they're on. That's why they then end up in the universe of X-Men, and that's why they're in Professor Xavier's house, and that's why that's all happening. And then they actually realise, oh shit, like Doctor Doom's the bad guy. This is what he's trying to do, and they turn and team together.
Yeah. The other, that scene does look very weird. There is a lot there, and you're right. There's a gap in between the Fantastic Four. I don't know. There's so many things. Like, yes, it could be Cap. Like everyone's saying, it's weird that he's just there in civilian clothes. Even on the poster, or in the artwork, he's in civilian clothes.
But he's not Cap anymore.
No.
So,
and we saw him putting away his stuff. There's another one. There's the fact that he's got the beard and the hair.
Let's not talk about beards.
is it? Oh, what's it? There's a version of Cap from the comic books where he wears like a trench coat and stuff, and they think it could be that. It could be Loki pretending to be Cap. Um, it could be Loki that is in that scene when Thor, because that would warrant that reaction from Thor. Thor looking at him, going, "This is I watched you die. Like, there's no way you can be here."
But Cap didn't die, did he?
No, sorry, Loki. Warrant that from Thor.
Yeah.
Did I mess that up? Yeah.
Because Loki
So
in the series is the Loki from a different universe.
yeah, no, he's from the mainline universe. He's just pulled out
With the
of the time
Tesseract.
heist. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pulled out at the moment of the time heist.
Yeah.
But as far as Thor is concerned, Loki dies on the ship
Yeah.
in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So Thor seeing Loki is just going to be like, no, that's not possible.
And the way they try and swerve it is with the hammer. By him holding the hammer.
Yeah.
But then if Loki's the king or lord of time, then
he might now be worthy of the hammer. Yeah. So if he rocks up looking like Steve and then turns into Loki, and then that's when Thor is like, hang on, that's not possible.
yeah.
And then he takes the hammer.
I think there's a lot of bait and switch.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're good at that.
Yeah. I think
They did it the whole way through Spider-Man trailers for the last film, No Way Home.
Yeah. But if you're Shang-Chi, right, you've got your film that came out in what, 20... It's probably pre-COVID. You haven't had any real follow-up from then. Has he been featured in any other films, really? He got pulled into Doctor Strange universe by... I can't remember Doctor Strange's accomplice guy called.
Did he? Oh, in the post-credits trailer.
Yeah.
Where Hong?
Yeah. And he hasn't been seen since. And then you've got him in a trailer fighting Gambit, who until 2 years ago was a joke character that just garnered so much hype that they then put him in the scene or then put him in the film.
Yeah.
And you've gone like Shang-Chi, someone they're trying to build the Marvel universe around, is fighting Gambit, who 2 years ago was a joke. Like, I don't know. It might just be me and my cynical ways, but I'd look at that and be what the fuck?
I guess it's when our knowledge of WWE comes into play, isn't it? It's like, hang on a minute, they've got that person against that person, and the only reason that they would do that is if they were trying to build that person up.
Yeah, but that's a fight neither of them can lose.
No, it's both energy-based weaponry and.
But if they're trying to build them up, neither of them can afford the loss. If we're talking WWE terms, like. And who's is it face on face? That's why I think there's this thing that Doctor Doom is.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom is going to be the one stood between the Fantastic Four because they all come from the same universe.
Yeah.
And they would have come through together, and he'll be like going that this is what we need to do. We need to eradicate the mutants or whatever it is, and then they're going to go to X-Men. That fight's going to happen. And then go on.
No, carry on.
And then they're all going to rally back and be like, what the fuck are we doing?
So, the theory I like is that Doom appears twice. Like, we see Doom and we see Victor. So, like, the theory is that maybe in the middle of that Victor is appearing as himself, looking like Tony Stark, and he's a good guy who's trying to save everyone. But also what they don't know is that he is Doom, who is going around killing everyone.
Okay.
Like if he's hopping between universes trying to eradicate people based off of the poster. I don't know if you've seen that. There's a poster where he stood in front of a piece of artwork of a woman and a child. So his whole backstory is that his mum died selling her soul to Mephisto in order to give Doom the future. Um, but what if they've changed that for the MCU, where it's his wife and child? Because there's a big influence on children here. Steve's got a kid, the Fantastic Four kid, um, Thor's kid. There seems to be these powerful children that are being highlighted. Um, so yeah, what if he is the person we're not seeing is Doom, but looking like Tony Stark?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he explains coming back because everyone will be like, we watched you die, we buried you. Like,
But it won't be. It will be the variation.
that
It will
is
be
Doom.
that is Doom. He's
So,
like, I'm not Tony Stark. I'm Victor Von Doom. I am from the universe of whatever. Because if
Is it
Cap
Latveria? Latveria?
the variant,
No, the universe is it's
oh
Lat
Latveria.
Latveria.
So like, I've seen so many theories now. They're all just blending into one. That when Tony goes back in time and talks to his dad, he seems surprised when he finds out that his mum is pregnant because it doesn't line up with when he was born. Like
Okay.
it doesn't quite fit. So maybe they adopted. Maybe they adopted from Latveria, and that's how they get that. But if Steve goes back in time and creates this new branch, maybe in this new branch, Stark um, is
Stark.
never adopted, and then lives out the timeline where he comes to America and works with what's his name, Mr. Fantastic,
Reed Richards.
Reed, yeah,
Yeah.
and then goes back and becomes Doom. Um, and I like that. It kind of ties in why he would have a grudge against Steve, if Steve in exists in that universe.
Yeah.
Um, I am a big lover of that theory. Is that Steve created the Fantastic Four universe by going back? That's what he's been living in, and because that happened, um, Stark doesn't become Stark. He becomes Victor Von Doom.
Okay. If
I do.
that's incredible long term storytelling. If that comes off though, isn't it? That is.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Um, I don't. The thing is, they keep saying that it's a direct sequel to Doomsday, but that theory could still be a sequel to Doomsday.
Yeah.
Not Doomsday, sorry, Endgame.
Yeah.
And I also saw this morning that they're re-releasing Endgame
In cinemas.
with extra footage and a different post-credit scene,
Oh
which will
shit.
help tie it directly into Doomsday.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to go watch that then.
Yeah,
When are they doing that?
I don't know. I would say if they've got Spider-Man coming out now and they've got that coming out in December, then September, October, I would say, probably October, that they'd probably do it.
Yeah.
Um, but that is very cool. Like, I think, yeah, him going back and maybe whatever he does when Steve goes back in time. Apparently, there was a scene of Tony speaking to his daughter after he's died. Scene that was cut from the original film that could make a reappearance.
Yeah.
There's so much here. Like,
Yeah.
It's just,
And the more
um,
trailers that get released, the more theories are going to be. The more like
yeah,
they're clearly going to watch all the theories that they can online from the big people that they know do it, and then they're going to go, okay, well, how in the next trailer can we show some stuff that's going to swerve this? And they're just going to spend the next 3 months fucking with people.
yeah. Well, I think they usually do three trailers, right? So they do this one. They'll release another one in December, just before the film comes out, and then after they've re-released Endgame, I'd say they'd probably do another one then.
And I reckon that third one contradicts stuff you see in the first one, and then you're going, which one's
Probably.
real?
Yeah. Oh, it's like the Spider-Man ones. Like we've just got the Spider-Man one, and you're like, oh, what could this be? What could this be? And then the next trailer comes out, and you're like, oh, well, it can't be that. And maybe this is giving us more information for this. Anyway, there's so much to do it. And I think it all just deserves
Yeah.
a rewatch of a lot of the stuff that's been going on over between, like you said, between Endgame and now.
So talking about Spider-Man,
Yeah,
there's one or two things I want to throw in before we go on to what else we got planned. And I've seen things and I kind of agree with this. I don't think Spider-Man's going to be in Doomsday.
no,
I think he's going to be in Secret Wars.
yeah,
But this is going to be contradicting. I think there's a very high chance Spider-Man dies in Brand New Day.
I've seen this. This is a possibility.
Like Tom, so this is, I don't know if we'll agree on this. Tom Holland is an incredible Spider-Man, and like
Yeah,
it's really hard to pick best Spider-Man. If I was going like with my heart, I'd go Tobey Maguire is best Spider-Man because
okay,
of nostalgia. And I remember
yeah,
going to watch the first one in the cinema with my dad, and seeing that being pulled forward to No Way Home, like was a full circle. Andrew Garfield, really good Spider-Man. They just didn't. Obviously, only had two films. They didn't. They were what they were.
mm,
He was elevated more in No Way Home. Tom Holland as Spider-Man is incredible and is backed up by. It's unfair to compare them because Tom Holland's got the Marvel universe behind it, so you have all those character
yeah,
interactions. You got Happy, you
yeah,
got Tony Stark, you got what's Samuel L. Jackson's character called at the beginning. Like you got all that
oh
coming
yeah,
in, and
yeah,
he. So if yeah. So before we go on to favourites, I think there's a chance that he dies because he's been in a lot already, or he goes along the route of Thor, Wolverine, Captain America, in that person defines that character for a long time. Tom Holland will outgrow the role. He's going to be too old to be a Spider-Man soon. Do they bring in Miles? Does Miles come in?
well, yeah, for sure. Like they've already been setting up Miles through his films, right? Like we've got Miles's uncle. We've got him in the first Spider-Man film,
Yeah,
um, Childish Gambino. He's also in the multiverse. No, into the multiverse. What's the animated one?
what if in that
No,
one?
the animated Spider-Man
Oh,
film.
um, Miles, what the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse? Because that is
Into the Spider-Verse, yeah.
because
So
that's all
like
Miles anyway.
yeah, but we see his uncle.
Yeah,
We see Childish Gambino as his uncle, as I can't remember the character's name now, but like it's all setting it up to go that way. We could get a Gwen Stacy as well, maybe. Um, I would love to see the transition into a Miles Morales.
yeah,
Um, I think that would be really good. Could it be the guy who's tipped for it, which is another one from Stranger Things? I forget what his name is, but I think they were looking at him for it, or he's even auditioned or tried to be it by like doing like videos of him doing flips and stuff. Could be cool.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. One to
yes,
watch, I think.
I think there is an end coming for Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Because everyone
That
wants
upsets me because he is my favorite.
over Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
I
I think
can't.
he's my favorite.
Yeah. See, I can't. I can't agree purely on a nostalgia base, and like this is probably gonna get me shot in the comments. If you say Spider-Man, one of the first scenes that come to mind, be it how bad it is when Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire struts down the street when
Walking
he's
down the
got the
street.
venom bit in him.
Yeah, because it's a meme,
Yeah,
and that I was about to say that's the exact reason why I can't pick him.
because of that.
I can't pick him because if you go Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, all I think is that strutting down the street. And there's a scene in the second film as well because I just watched it yesterday where he does a similar thing when he decides not to be Spider-Man anymore. He's like walking down the street and he like realizes that he can't see anymore, so he has to put his glasses on and like he's like going about being Peter Parker and not Spider-Man. And I'm just like, oh, for nostalgia purposes, yes, great films, but they're corny as shit. They really are corny.
Yeah, they haven't aged. They haven't aged well
No,
when you pull in
not at all.
Avengers universes and multiverses
No.
and things.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's my favorite Spider-Man. It goes him, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield. Sorry,
For
Andrew.
me, the fact that Spider-Man is meant to be a 16, 17-year-old kid and just naive and childish. Tom does that the best out of all of them. In my opinion, the other two looked way too old to play that part. It was back in the era when they were making 25-year-olds play 16-year-olds, and
Yeah,
it was just a bit. Um, yeah, I have to go. I have to go, Tom, for me.
and with the new
I know.
Spider-Man, like the reason I can see him potentially dying is the ending everyone wants is he convinces MJ who he is, she remembers, or something happens that brings them back together. He has a happy ending. I think they've painted too much of a picture in trailers of him being like on his own, being lonely, being sad, being like not having his like support network, not having Aunt May, that people think that there's going to be a good ending. I think that
Mm.
he just spirals, and obviously we don't know who the bad guy is in this film. They reckon there's a whole new chapter for him. Is that chapter death?
Yeah. Well, the other things are that Black Suit Spider-Man. We're thinking Venom could come in. So how does that work? Um, Miles Morales. The whole thing with Miles Morales is that Spider-Man trains him up, if I'm not correct. Like
Yeah,
he kind of hands the baton over to him when he goes into sort of old Spidey and just becomes Peter Parker. He kind of hands it off to Miles. I don't think one film is enough to do that.
yeah,
Um, that needs to happen over a couple of films. Is that he gets introduced in the next Spider-Man film, and then maybe in Secret Wars or something that he kind of hands it over.
yeah,
Um, I don't know, but I think you are right. I have seen the idea of him dying floating around. Um, but then this whole new thing is about rebirth, and maybe the old Spider-Man does die and he becomes a different version of himself. Like one of the scenes you see in the trailer is him dropping from what looks like a spiderweb cocoon type thing, naked.
yeah,
And then he starts shooting out of his wrists. So there's the theory that I think it comes from a comic book series that he basically starts spiraling and then he cocoons, and when he's reborn he's like this super enhanced version of himself. um I would like to see that going into um Secret Wars.
yeah,
But you know the whole premise of Secret Wars, right?
yeah.
So if it's like the comic books, we're going to have a load of versions of him floating around.
Mm.
So it could just be one of those then that carries it forward. Um,
Yeah.
okay. So on that note, we've got Spider-Man out of the way. Does any of the Spider-Man films fit in your top Marvel films?
So do you want to do this start from the top down, or do you want to start from the bottom up when it comes to that tier lists? Because my top is a lot heavier than my bottom.
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, let's disgrace some of the worst ones
So
or
just for
ones that
yeah, just for context, if I haven't seen the film or the TV show, I haven't ranked
yeah,
it. And doing this has shown me that, and I've left some films out
yeah.
that I just don't think
I've
are relevant.
I've left out Spider-Man 3 because I'm like 20 minutes into rewatching it. So I want to kind of figure that one out. Um, the X-Men and Wolverine films I've left out because I always end up watching those as like all together and I can't really pinpoint down which ones I like and don't like,
Yeah,
apart from Logan, which I have included. But then the same as yours, holiday specials and Craven, Morbius, Madame, Spider, old Fantastic Four films, I've left them out.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I think we've used the same one, and you've got the old Fantastic Four films, which are just pointless because they've got
Yeah.
about 8 different casts.
Right. So I want to name and shame D tier
Go on then.
because to me, these are films or shows that I've seen, don't care to ever watch them again. I don't think they help me in any way. Um, Ant-Man and Wasp, Winter Soldier, no, Falcon and Winter Soldier, sorry, Hawkeye, Defenders, so the Netflix TV shows, and Echo.
Okay. So
That's my
we've got a couple. Well, we've got two that are the same. So I put Falcon and Winter Soldier in there. Took
yeah,
me so long to watch that. I
yeah,
I just got so bored by it and just dropped off. Captain Marvel I put in there. Did not enjoy that film. I know it
no,
has a bigger overarching thing, but completely. Ant Man and the Wasp, and then Thor: Love and Thunder. Fucking hated that film.
mm-hmm.
Almost walked out of the cinema.
So some of the ones you've mentioned are low for me, but I've put them slightly higher just because, again, I said I'm a law guy, and some of them are rewatchable just because I need to fill myself in. Like in this run up to Doomsday, Captain Marvel and the Marvels, Quantumania maybe to an extent, and Thor: Love and Thunder all need to be rewatched. They will be forced rewatches, but they need to be rewatched to get all the information in again.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I agree with those ones being low. I think C tier is where I've got most of the ones that you mentioned. Um, I've got two Thor films in there. I've got the second one, maybe. I can't remember. But to me, the Thor films, apart from um, the Ragnarok,
Yeah.
they're all kind of the original and Ragnarok, they're all low. I put Ant-Man in there,
Okay.
quite low. Doesn't do much for me. Maybe that one's unfair. Maybe that could go a little bit higher. Hulk, Black Widow, Venom. I'm not a massive fan of the Venom stuff. Um, Punisher, and then Quantumania, and She-Hulk.
Okay.
People love She-Hulk, but I just didn't do much for me.
So yeah, so I've only watched. I'm gonna say I've watched three and a half of the Marvel shows, and the half you'd hate
Mm-hmm.
me for because I didn't finish Moon Knight.
Terrible.
Um,
Awful.
but in my C tier, I've got Thor 2. I've got Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and I disagree with you on the Venom front. That Venom, Let There Be Carnage was fucking terrible. But the Venom films, because of I think who they cast in it, I think they are quite good. Um,
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 doesn't
Yeah.
do, doesn't really like stick out for me. Hulk,
Okay.
and this one's going to cause a dividing opinion, is Multiverse of Madness.
Oh.
Important. It's an important film, but it wasn't a good film.
I've rewatched it so many times. Where have I put Multiverse of Madness? Um, where did I put it? Um, yeah, I think Multiverse of Madness, I agree that it's not top, but it doesn't deserve a C tier, I don't believe. Um, I actually can't find it on my list. Oh, I've got it in A tier. That's maybe it's bottom A tier. Um, okay. Yeah, Venom. Maybe I need to rewatch Venom. I think they've been plane watches for me. I never went to the cinema to watch them. I kind of watched them on a plane and they blended into each other and Um, B tier, quite a
Me
big
too.
one for me because I think there's a lot of films that I can't call them amazing, but I would rewatch them. They're important to the story and they were good.
Yeah.
We've got, oh, this one might annoy you actually. I've got Age of Ultron in there, top of B tier.
Okay. I've actually got it in B tier as well.
Oh, okay. Winter Soldier, the first Captain America, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2. I've got Iron Man 3 in there. It's probably for me, I'm a big Iron Man guy, and that's probably the weaker one. Shang-Chi's in there. Eternals is in there. Eternals, do you know what? No, I'm putting Eternals bottom of A tier because I disagree with all the people talking shit about it. I think if they could have run with that story, it would have been really good. Um, I've got Spider-Man 1 and 2, the originals. I've got Daredevil. I've got Secret Invasion,
Okay.
underrated, I think. Um, Deadpool 2, Thunderbolts, meh. Could go lower on Thunderbolts. I've got Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. And then I've put Logan in B tier.
Okay.
I think it could go higher if I had a rewatch of it, but yeah.
I think you're going to disagree with me on some of mine. So I've got Venom 2.
Okay.
Um, I've got Quantumania because I did like it and I would rewatch it, but it's completely pointless now. Like, it's not completely pointless. Introducing Kang and the timeline split and the fact
Yeah.
that that then feeds into Loki and then you get the whole premise for the multiverse and the timelines.
Yeah.
It's just Kang's a bad gimp.
Yeah.
And then I've got Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. I've got WandaVision in B.
Okay.
I liked it, but along the lines of Multiverse of Madness, it just dragged for me. Um, there were some parts of it where I was like, I think this could have been better as a film.
Yeah.
Got the original Black Panther,
Okay.
Iron Man 2,
Mm.
Captain America First Avenger, Age of Ultron, Guardians 2,
Guardians. Yeah, I got Guardians 2 in there as well.
Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, and Ant-Man.
Did I have Shang-Chi in there as well? Yeah, I did.
So there's a few we agree
Doctor
on.
Strange and Ant-Man. I think we've got everything in the lower half is kind of the same. I disagree with your Moon Knight take, but you've only seen half of it, so I don't think that's a
And with
fair one.
Ant-Man, they're all not great. The first is the best of a bad bunch, so I can't rate them all on the same level.
Yeah, I've got Ant-Man and Wasp is all the way down there. Quantumanium C. But then I've got Ant-Man in C as well. Maybe that doesn't deserve to be there. Okay. A tier.
A tier.
A tier. I've got a few. I'm going to start off with my rogue picks in here. Um, Eternals
Okay,
is in A tier.
never seen it.
Um, I've got Multiverse of Madness in there. I think it's very important to the story. Like you said about Quantumania, that's what Multiverse of Madness does for me, is really sets up the incursions and like that paired together with No Way Home is peak like multiverse saga.
Yeah.
Um, I've got Miss Marvel in there because I really enjoyed it. I think I've watched it twice. It's a bit corny, but I like the telling of the story. I think the story is very good and it opens up a slightly different, you know, how most of the films are centered around aliens and powers and stuff like this. This then goes into a bit more of the mystical,
Okay.
um, which I like. I've got Agatha, Agatha all along.
It's
Very
fine.
underrated, very good. Fantastic Four, the new one. I really enjoyed it. I was waiting for that a lot. I think the cinematography is incredible. And then I'll run through the other. I got the what if ones because I like all those alternative stuff. Ironheart, good. WandaVision, I've got in A tier. Very good show. I don't agree that it should have been a film. I think the way they did it was perfect. How it went through different stages of like odes to TV shows. Uh, and then I've got the first Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man. I've got the second Tom Holland Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Civil War, Iron Man 3, and Black Panther. And
Okay.
Avengers original one,
Okay.
first one.
So I've got Civil War.
Okay.
I've got the original X Men.
Okay.
That's the only one of those films that I
Yeah.
included there. I've got Loki season one,
Nice.
the original Avengers,
Yeah.
Thor the first one, Iron Man the
Ooh.
first one, Captain America the Winter Soldier. I just really like that film. I've watched it loads. Um,
Okay.
Deadpool 2 wasn't as good as the first one. Guardians 1,
Yeah.
Spider Man 1 and 2, Spider Man Homecoming, and Spider Man Long Way Home.
No
Uh,
Way Home.
no, Far From Home, sorry. Far From Home.
Far From Home. Okay. The second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The poster in this tier list is in a different
I,
language.
yeah.
I've got Venom 1. And this,
Okay.
I'm kind of second guessing myself now because I don't rate this at the same as Venom. I rate it better, but Infinity War.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
Endgame was better. So then for me, that puts it in S.
Okay.
So that's my
Okay.
A.
Um, well, where did I put Deadpool 2? Deadpool 2 I put in B tier. Yeah. Um, okay. So in S tier, I've actually put them in order of like favorites.
Okay.
I think maybe I've messed it up slightly. For the most part, it's in a good order. Okay. So top film for me is Iron Man 1. That is it created the universe. It's an elite film. Yeah, it's top for me. That's mainly on nostalgia purposes and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, top film is Iron Man 1. I've got Deadpool Wolverine second.
Okay.
I
Above
must have,
Endgame.
yeah, yeah. I I thought it does a lot of justice to a lot of things. It ties in some of my other top stuff. It brings in the multiverse. It brings in Loki. It does Deadpool. It brings in. It does everything I wanted it to do. It's an all-star thing, which is obviously what they were trying to do. Is let's bulk it out with everything, and people will love it. Yep, loved it. Moon Knight is my third. Moon Knight is probably my favorite Marvel character. Um, I've seen it multiple times now, and I love it. Then I've got Endgame. Then I've got No Way Home. Then I've got Loki season 1. Then I've got Infinity War. Then I've got Deadpool 1. And
Yep.
then I've got Loki season 2.
Okay.
That is my top.
So I just was rearranging them while you were talking. So my number one and my favorite Marvel film ever
Yeah.
is Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
That's probably my most watched Marvel film. It's so funny. It's so
Ah.
good. I really like that.
Oh, we're friends from work.
Um, Second, No Way Home.
Okay.
Third, Endgame.
Okay.
Fourth, Spider-Man 1, the original.
The original. Okay.
Loki season 2.
Okay.
Guardians 3.
Guardians 3. I think I owe that a rewatch.
Very, very good film. Ties up a lot. Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
Then Deadpool 1.
Yeah.
Then Logan.
Yeah.
And then I actually did include one other X-Men film. I think that was before you said you won't include them. Then X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't know if it's just that the Japanese setting or what it was, but that film was sick. The fight when he's
Is
in.
is is that the one where Deadpool's in it with his mouth sewn closed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what started it
I need
all.
I need to do the original Wolverines. Do you know what? When it comes to X-Men and Wolverine, Wolverine was like my favorite character when I was a kid. So the fact that I haven't put any of it up there is criminal. But I need to rewatch them all.
Yeah, and I'm going to rewatch them in the lead up to Doomsday. And then rounding out S tier is the original Spider-Man's 2 and 3.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you got 1, 2, and 3 in your S tier.
Yeah, just because they might not be great films, but
I
that to me they're
can't
like I rank them highly.
I can't argue with it. Like I really thought we were going to butt heads on some stuff. But I don't think there's anything that I've got as like a super trash film that you've put high.
Where did you put Winter Soldier? I feel like that one. That
Winter Soldier. B tier.
oh okay. I thought you put that as
No, and it's like
C.
quite high up in my B tier as well. I just think Civil War for me is like that's the best Captain America film. Even though it's not really it's an Avengers film. If anything, it after the original Avengers Ultron, it's really like the first proper. It sets up Endgame and all those sorts of ones in terms of all the characters. Civil War really pulls it all together.
Yeah.
Um, what have I got in my top ones that you just wouldn't agree with? I don't think there's anything. I think you had all the stuff in there. I mean, Iron Man 1 being my top film. But then again, I think it's the same way that Spider-Man 1 is your top one. It's nostalgia purposes. It was the
Yeah.
introductions. Obviously, I'd seen the original Spider-Man film, and I loved them at the time. But I just think that Tom Holland's Spider-Man has done a much better job in giving me that universe, giving me the Spider-Man that should be there.
Yeah.
So I have to go with it.
Fair.
Well,
Well,
I definitely thought there was going to be disagreements.
no, just about
I really thought there was going to be like beans and fucking
bean,
spaghetti hoops.
beans and spaghetti
Um,
hoops.
how do you feel about the Eternals? I feel like that was my Rogue One.
I've never
I'll put
seen
that,
it, so
as
that's
you
on my
said,
yeah,
yeah.
it's on my to watch list.
Yeah, see, so many people don't like it, but for me, it's all about history and stuff. So I was all involved in it.
I'm gonna watch it. I've got my list of films to rewatch. I'm gonna get Hannah on it
Yeah,
and rewatch that.
yeah. I'm just finishing up the Spider-Man watches, and then I think I'll do the Wolverine films. Um, just trying to decide which ones to go first.
Hmm.
Um, do you ever have any intentions on watching Craven, Morbius, and Madame Spider?
No, no, zero, zero.
Oh, just awful. I think
We
I watched Craven on a plane and I fell asleep.
yeah, it does no interest to me.
Well, I think that's a pod.
I think that is a pod. Um, Let us know in the comments what's better, beans or hoops, and give us your tier
Beans,
lists.
beans.
Yeah,
It's
hoops.
not even. Yeah, I'll delete any comment that says spaghetti hoops because you're obviously deluded.
I'm just gonna create loads of profiles and just spam hoops. But yeah, that's pod. That's 30-year-old kids podcast. I'm David.
I'm Aiden.
I've wondered what you said then for a sec.
Yeah, I wondered what I was going to say too. I didn't know if it was Aiden or AJ, but
Uh,
I'm one of those.
yeah,
And we'll see you next week.
yeah. See you next week.